Hello guys and welcome back to the another video of Zero to Hero Tech. Today we will be discussing on a very interesting topic which is data type. So as the name says is the type of the data. Okay. So data can be anything like for example you can take my name, it's Lavin. Okay. So when you feed this name into your program, it is a data. Okay, so that data should have a type, right? So as you know, like it is a sequence of character like LOVEEN. So there are different characters like LOVEEN. So these are the characters. Okay, so this sequence of character can combine to form a string. Okay, so the data type of the sequence of this character is string. So similarly we have different type of data types in Java. Basically there are 8: boolean, character, byte, short, int, long, float, double. So these are the data type which we are having in Java, and these are known as primitive data type. Okay, so these data type are primitive data type. We have another set of data type as well which are known as non-primitive data type. So this string, array, all these things comes in non-primitive data types. Okay, so this is clear: primitive data type and non-primitive data type. In primitive data type we have boolean, char, byte, short, long, int, float, double. Okay, and in non-primitive we have string, arrays, and other things from this. So now moving ahead, these data type should be assigned with some values, like right, like boolean can have the value of true or false. In char we can store a single character like a, b, c, d. This kind of character we can store in char. In byte, if we have really small value like numeric value like in a range of minus 126 to plus 127, then we can use this byte. So when it comes to the integer like numbers, and we know the range, like if we want to add them in a specific range, like if I have the value 2, okay, an integer value 2 or 3, then I can use byte. Okay, I won't go for short. If I have anything which is greater than 127, then I will go for short. So there is a certain range for this data types as well. But in the programming you might have seen people generally use int, but they can rather go for this as well. Okay, we have different data types as with respect to the ranges as well. Float is for decimal, and this is like suggested one, like we have to use the float rather than using the double. Okay, so if we don't provide them any value, like for boolean, if I don't provide any value, means explicitly, like I am not providing any value to the boolean, so by default it will take some value. Similarly for the other, like these other data type, this principle will go for them as well, like they will take some value by themselves. Okay, so those are called as the default values. We'll go to the next slide. Here you can see there are default values which has been already assigned to these data types. If we are not providing any values to this data type, then this default value will automatically get added to this data types. Okay, and the size of this data type has also been defined, like it is 1 bit, it is 2 byte, 1 byte. So this kind of thing are there. Okay, now I'll open the Eclipse. Here I have already created a class basic 3. Okay, in this I am having a main method. So before this main method, like before writing a method, I have written the data types over here like byte, short, int, long, boolean, char, float, double, and these data types has been provided with some name byte. Okay, so these are basically called as the variable, but for now don't go into that part. In the next session we will be looking like what are the variables. Okay, so what are instance variable, what are local variables, and what are static variables. We will look into them in the next class, but for now, for this video, you just focus on this data type. So this is byte, this is short, int, and I haven't provided them any value. Okay, so I have just declared them over here. If I want, I could have written it like this. Okay, so this means I am providing the value 10 to this particular variable which is of type byte. Okay, but I'm not doing that. I'm just declaring it over here. Okay, now what I will do in my main method, this is my main method, and here I am printing them out like this is byt, this is rt, you can see here rt, this is nt, you can see this nt which is integer. Okay, so I am just printing them out here. So what it will do is like if I am not providing them any value, then they will automatically take the default values and it should print the default values by itself. Okay, so let's right click, run as Java application. Okay, so I have just executed my code and it's giving me the value, the default value. The byte is, this is byte equals to its value, its default value, which is 0, short 0, int 0, long 0, boolean false, char, it is not printing anything, but you can see there is something over here, it is getting highlighted, right? So there is something here, one space is here, some kind of space is here. We will discuss about this as well, like why it is showing nothing but just a space here. Float 0.0, double 0.0, so whatever the floating values means the decimal values, we can store them in float and double. Okay, so this was it, like what is the default value which has already been assigned to this data types. Okay, so these are the default values which are assigned to this. Now we will check like why this char is having a space over here. So as you can see in this slide, character for this char, the default values slash u and 4 times 0. Okay, so its this value is decimal equivalent to 0. Okay, so if you can check here, this value is decimal equivalent to 0. And how can we check if this is a valid scenario or not, like if what we are seeing on the console is correct or not? There is another class, I have written another class over here which is basic 4. So here I have declared a variable with data type as char. Okay, char c, this is the main method, our main method. This is, here we are creating the object for our class. So this is the name of my class. Okay, and t is the name of the object which I have created. Now what will happen with the help of this object, this t value, I can access anything which is present inside this particular class. So in this class currently I am having this variable char c and I am having this main method, right? So I can access both of this with the help of this particular object. Nextly, like to the next line, I have declared another variable with the data type as char and its name is c1. Okay, and I have provided the char default value to this particular variable. Okay, that is u and 4 times 0. So now this c1 is having this particular value and this c1 has, means we haven't declared anything, so it should have its default value which is this thing only. Okay, so that means this particular c1 and this c, they both are same, they both become equal. Okay, so in the next line we are just printing out like t dot c. So t means this particular object which we have created here. So with the help of this object we are calling it. Okay, because this particular variable is not written inside our method, it is outside our method. This is primitive data type. Yeah, so what we will do is like we are calling it over here uh, t dot c, so it will print out its value and this c1, this value, so we are printing this out as well. Okay, and after that we are just comparing them to check whether they both are same. So we have seen here like this is the default value for char data type, and here if we are not declaring, then by default it will get the default value which is the same only. So it should come true in this place, it should print true. So if we run this program, so as you can see it is printing 2, and the in about to line for these two statements we have this kind of space over here. Okay, so this was all about the data type. the different data types and their default values which can get printed. Now coming towards the range of these data types. So here byte, for this byte we have a range of -128 to 127. Okay, so if I write 127 here, sorry, 127 here, it is accepting the value, but as soon as I make it as 128, it is giving me a red line over here, right? So he's asking me to change it to int or to parse it. I'll just put it as 127. For short, the range is 32768 to 32767. This is the positive value and this is the negative value. Okay, so it is its range. Similarly for int, this is the limit for it, like -2 to the power 31 to positive 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Okay, so this is it range, and it's inclusive. For long, this is the range for long. Okay, -2 to the power 63 to 2 to the power 63 minus 1. Okay, this is the range for long, and as you can see here, I have provided L at the end to make it, means to declare it as a long. If I just remove this particular L from here, so you can see it's giving me the red line here. Okay, this is type int is out of range, so it is currently taking means considering this particular value as int. Okay, so to let it know, I have to provide L over here. So float, it's unlimited, its value is unlimited, and double, its value is also unlimited. For char, we know this default value is /u 4 times 0, and the end value is /u 4 times f. Okay, this will print the question mark over here. So if we run this program, so after this red line, you can see these are the ranges. 127, this particular values are the ranges for our data types. So I hope this video is all about this data type, and I hope you like this video. If you do like, then please share it with your friends. In the next section we will be looking into the variable part, like what are the variables, and how we can assign the values to the variables, and what are the different topics which comes inside the variables. We will cover them all. So thank you for watching, and if you like, then please share it with your friends, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.